Okay, look past the chatbots for just a second. When most of us hear AI today, we immediately picture an app on our phone or an image generator. But to really grasp where all this technology is going, we need to look at the invisible engine underneath. We need to uncover the true infrastructure powering the global AI revolution.
Think of it this way. AI isn't just some clever piece of consumer software. It's foundational infrastructure. You wouldn't judge the entire electrical grid by looking at a single light bulb, right? AI is the new electricity, and the company actively laying down the digital power lines for this new era is NVIDIA.
So, to understand how deep this goes, here's how we're breaking it down today. 1. The AI infrastructure engine. 2. The hardware and software stack. 3. Physical AI and robotics. 4. Driving autonomous vehicles. 5. Supercomputing and science. And finally, 6. The era of agentic AI.
All right, part 1, the AI infrastructure engine.
Industry leaders often talk about the 5-layer cake of artificial intelligence. And what's wild is that NVIDIA isn't just baking one layer of this cake. They're making the hardware, the system software, the models, the services, and the industry apps. They are literally providing the entire stack to transform raw data into actual, usable intelligence.
Which brings us to part 2, the hardware and software stack.
Because here's the thing, having the absolute fastest chips on the planet doesn't mean much if developers can't easily tell them what to do. Massive hardware titans like the Vera CPUs or Blackwell GPUs are essentially useless without software platforms like CUDA and Omniverse to translate that raw computing power into tools people can actually use.
Actually, CUDA has been doing exactly that for 20 years. While the whole world was obsessing over hardware specs, NVIDIA is quietly building this massive, fiercely loyal ecosystem of developers. It's the secret sauce that basically enables global AI development today.
Moving on to part 3, physical AI and robotics. Let's see what happens when we give that digital brain a body.
So, unlike a text bot, physical AI powered by models like NVIDIA Cosmos actually understands the laws of physics. It gets gravity, spatial awareness, and mechanics. So when robots are moving and planning in the real world, they aren't just guessing. They genuinely understand how their environment works so they can operate safely.
And this isn't science fiction we're talking about right now. Major industrial giants like Foxconn and Siemens are using this exact ecosystem to build autonomous AI engineers and total digital twins of their factories. It's completely redefining global manufacturing.
The way they do it is brilliant. They don't just build a robot and hope it doesn't crash. They simulate massive data sets virtually inside NVIDIA Omniverse first. Once they've mastered safety in the digital world, then, and only then, do they deploy that intelligence to the physical hardware on the factory floor.
Let's hit part 4, driving autonomous vehicles. You are seeing this physical AI transition on the roads too. Legacy automakers aren't building their AI from scratch in a vacuum. Brands from Mercedes-Benz to Hyundai are heavily relying on the NVIDIA Drive Hyperion infrastructure to power their next-gen cars and Level 4 robotaxis.
Driving is all about predicting chaotic human behavior, right? That requires a massive brain, like the Alpamayo 2 Super. It's a 32 billion parameter reasoning model that helps these cars make those incredibly complex, split-second safety decisions in traffic.
Okay, part 5, supercomputing and science. What happens when we point all this infrastructure at the most complex problems in the known universe?
Well, look at this number, 81%. That staggering figure represents the fact that NVIDIA Tech currently powers over 400 of the world's 500 fastest supercomputers. They are the undisputed foundation of global scientific research today.
And scientists are putting it to work through massive initiatives like Earth-2 for global weather prediction, Europe's Jupiter system, and BioNeMo. Researchers are doing things like mapping the human brain and discovering life-saving drugs at speeds we've literally never seen before.
Finally, part 6, the era of agentic AI. This is where it's all heading.
We're in the middle of a massive paradigm shift. We are graduating from basic generative AI, where you prompt and get a response, into agentic AI. These are systems that can actually reason, plan, and autonomously execute complex, multi-step tasks across massive enterprise networks without us having to hold their hands. Supported by those new Vera CPUs we mentioned, deploying these autonomous agents is highly efficient.
We're talking 5 times faster inference and up to a 30% lower cost for complex tasks. It's essentially giving businesses a digital workforce that seamlessly runs 24/7 in the background.
So, as this digital infrastructure becomes just as pervasive and essential as the electricity in our walls, it completely changes the ceiling of what is possible. It leaves us with a pretty incredible question. When every factory, car, and lab has an AI brain, how will human ingenuity utilize this invisible engine to reshape our reality next? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and definitely keep exploring how these foundational systems are building tomorrow, today.